Well, Emma, you've heard of J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Yep. Have you heard of Dan Brown?
Dan Brown, hell, he's sold a few books, hasn't he? Yeah,
Have you heard of Adam Hargraves?
Adam Hargraves, that is ringing a bell, Bridgie. That is ringing a bell.
Adam Hargraves and his father Roger are Roger was the creator of the Mr. Men books, and Adam has taken over that role, and he joins us now. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Good morning, Adam.
Good to be here.
But you really are responsible, though, aren't you, for the beginnings of Mr. Men?
That's right. I asked my dad one of those impossible questions that children like to pose their parents. Mine was, what does a tickle look like? And my dad actually came up with an answer. He drew Mr. Tickle, who was the first in what is now a long list of characters.
Right. And was he an illustrator or a cartoonist or something before then?
He had an ambition to be a cartoonist, but he worked as a copywriter in advertising, so he was an ideas man as much as anything. And
they're just they're so clever and simple, but so lovely, these books. I've spent a lot of time with quite a few.
Simplicity that makes them really work. Yeah.
So what happened? Your father went on to do how many of these characters?
Well, he created 21 Little Miss and 39 Mr. Men in his time, and then I've added a few more since then.
And how hard was that to do, to take over such an amazing...
It was kind of a strange time for me because my dad died very young, tragically. So it was something I'd never imagined I was going to be involved with when I first became involved. But I sort of started helping out my mum with the business side of things, and then the creative side grew as time went on.
Yeah, right. Do you, when your dad was first working on, he started with Mr. Tickle, would you have brainstorm sessions at home to come up with new ideas?
Dad actually worked very much on his own, and then we'd see the end result.
Yeah, right.
So, but he was very much for working on his own on it.
Well, it's funny because everyone's got a favourite, I think.
Yes, we have to ask.
Yeah.
I know, it's probably like asking you to choose your favourite child. But
yes. Do you have a favourite, though?
Well, I've got two favourites, actually, I have to admit. To draw, I like Mr. Bump, but
I love Mr. Bump.
The Mr. Silly story is probably my favourite story because it encapsulates my dad's sense of humour best of all.
And Mr. Topsy Turvy's a joy as well. He's my favourite.
Yeah. I quite enjoy Mr. Uppity.
Oh,
just that little sideways smile.
He's the rudest man in the world.
Yeah.
He's got a certain appeal in that respect.
Something about him appeals to me, I've got to say.
What I love about these books also is that they're so little and, as you say, simple. Was there ever a temptation by your father or yourself to turn them into big books?
Well, there were one or two editions over the years. I mean, my dad did one-off Mr. Nobody in the 80s, who never got included in the original series, but has been now. But he was in a larger format. So,
well, we're worried about Mr. Nobody. We're worried that he's,
he needs to be coloured in or something.
He's a bit of a sad character, but he does get coloured in the story. So.
Good.
All comes good.
I'm glad because he looks. I'm a bit sad for him as he is as he is right now. Yeah. And I know that you've done Mr. Mo for Movember as well.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. I worked with them last year on that. Yeah.
Which was a great campaign. Well, so you are open to one-off specials if circumstances are right.
Well, and also to be able to work with such a great charity was a real privilege. So and it was fun to work on something quite different.
How hard is it? How hard was it to take over the drawings and keep them in the same sort of genre, I suppose?
I'd always drawn as a child, so I kind of inherited that talent from my dad, but my drawing style is quite different to his. So actually, as simple as Mr. Men look, took me quite a long time before I felt I was really doing justice to them.
Yeah, and everywhere you go, do people give you suggestions of another one?
A lot of suggestions. I had quite a few rude ones.
I'll bet. I mean, well, if you're prepared to open yourself up to that market, I imagine you could come up with a fairly hilarious range.
We've resisted that one so far, I have to say.
Well, I know that you are launching Little Miss Hugs, which I'm dying to see how Little Miss Hugs is portrayed, purely because to be hugging someone you usually need somebody else.
Well, Little Miss Hug has stretchy arms, so her arms stretch to fit whoever she's hugging, so she can hug them perfectly. So whether it's Mr. Greedy or Mr. Small, she's got the right size hug.
So she can hug anyone.
That's so fantastic. Well, good luck with launching Little Miss Hugs. We look forward to it, and congratulations. It's just an amazing collection of fantastic books. Our producers put a pen and paper in front of you.
I'm going to have a go.
Should you wish to draw Mr. Lemo.
Little Miss Bridge, little Mr. Lemo.
Although I think I look like Mr. Topsy Turvy.
Yeah, right. As I said, I quite like Mr. Uppity. Mr. Funny's not bad either, I've got to say. So, but anyway, Adam, thank you very much for joining us this morning. And congratulations again.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.